So literally, like now, Need for Speed just dropped a new trailer. This is a Need for Speed Payback customization trailer. So just as you thought you'd seen everything at E3, so this was actually teased yesterday in the picture with the Golf with the neon. It basically said just come back tomorrow and we're going to show you something. Pretty obvious it was a trailer. And now it's dropped, and we're going to go ahead and dissect it and, you know, show you guys some things that you possibly may have missed and explain a few things you may be confused about. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get straight into this trailer breakdown. Right, so the trailer opens with a pretty self-explanatory opening scene. It's just Need for Speed customization, that's all it is really. We can then see some customization options on the 350Z, but what reveals after that is actually quite interesting. So in the next frame, we can see another 350Z in the background, which looks weird in itself. But as well as that, behind the 350, we can see a red stock Jaguar F-Type. I wasn't expecting Jag to be in this game. There's also some screenshots with the Jag that have been released as well, which is just mine. It's just wow. So that's already one car they've revealed in this little thing, as well as a body kit. So then if we go over to the next frame, we can see an A45 AMG as well as some type of Porsche. Now the Merc is definitely an A45. I'm convinced that's an A45, but the Porsche is a bit weird. So the wing, if you look at the wing at the back, that kind of looks like a 911 wing, but then the headlights look like Cayman headlights. It's quite hard to tell, but it's definitely a Porsche of some sort, and it's either a GT3 or a GT4. My mind is leaning more towards a GT4 Cayman. So that takes up the new car count to 3. 3 new cars are in this trailer, which is very, very cool indeed. So then we get a few frames of the Derelict 240Z and the UI in the garage. Now I've got to say the UI looks pretty clean, if I can say so myself. We've got the level counter at the top as well as the money, and we've got all of the options on the actual screen itself. Now I'm not going to go ahead and talk about what individual button does, because I'm going to talk about that later in my breakdown of the Customization 101 under the hood article, and if you want to go ahead and watch that, link is down in the description. But I thought I'd show you guys this because some of you guys may be interested. Next we have speed cards. Now I'm assuming speed cards are unlocked after you win a race. Once you have won a race, you get to pick a card. Now underneath that card is a performance upgrade. We can see once it's flipped there is 3 options: a transmission, a head and a turbo. Each one has its own specific brand and also has a level or a number next to it as well as bonuses underneath. Now I was under the assumption when they first said this on the Customization 101 under the hood article that it was actually going to be licensed brands, but instead they've actually decided to use in-game brands. So that's just a little disclaimer before we go ahead and carry on. You are then able to actually add this to your car. So as you can see, this is the M4 that this guy is adding it to, and they've got a whole bunch of categories of things that you can actually improve on the car. And as well as that, it says Tier 2 299, which I assume is like the class system in the game. So no longer are we just going to be racing only fully maxed out cars in the career mode or in multiplayer. There is actual tier systems in the game, and that will change depending on what performance part you have on your car. A tiered system is something which I've wanted for ages, and hopefully this reflects in multiplayer where we'll have like tier 1 races, tier 2 races, tier 3 races, etc. So we then see the performance customization, and there's a whole bunch of things we can see here. We can see various parts for the car. We can see, you know, how much the parts actually cost on the right. There's a whole bunch of things we can actually see in this screen. Again, a lot of it was already explained a minute ago when I talked about how each part works and stuff, so I'm just going to leave that there. Also, we actually did see the performance part shop itself from the outside. And then the trailer ends on some pretty interesting B-roll of an M2 and a few other cars, and that pretty much rounds it up.
To stay ahead of the pack. See you on the streets of Need for Speed Payback.
Didn't want to waste too much of your time, wanted to make this quick and concise, so hopefully you guys, you know, did find something, you know, useful or, you know, helpful. Now this isn't the only video of Need for Speed Payback I will be uploading today. Go ahead and check the description for a link that will take you straight to the Customization 101 thing if you're going to want to go ahead and watch that. But that's been it from me today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to go ahead and hit the like, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. You guys have an awesome, stay safe, and peace.